If while viewing this video on YouTube, the picture is not clear, navigate to Settings and adjust the quality. This video will review the new workflow for admission and annual LTC care conferences. We will also review the new auto text that physicians will use when creating their documentation. The auto text allows all care conference information documented in Cerner by nursing, allied, and pharmacy to be automatically pulled into a physician's care conference note. There will be no change to how physicians will be notified of care conferences. Clerks will continue to email physicians approximately 4 weeks prior with a date, time, and location. So what's changing? Now, nurses, allied clinicians, and pharmacy will be documenting their information about the resident in Cerner and not on paper. Only a paper checklist about the care conference will remain in the resident's chartlet. When the date and time for conference is confirmed, the nurse will start the process by initiating the power form. Physicians will see this under documentation with the subject LTC Care Conference and note type LTC Care Conference text. When previewing this document, it will appear as a final report. It will also confirm the date and time of the care conference. Reminder, the clerk will also continue to email physicians of the date and time. As each clinician adds their information to the LTC Care Conference Power Form, it will appear as a revised document. The date, time, and person who revised the document will appear here. The most recent version of the document will appear at the top. Here's an example of what this may look like. Prior to the care conference, it will not be unusual to see many revised versions of this same document in the resident's power chart. Now, let's go over what happens on the day of the conference during the meeting. By the time of the meeting, it's expected that the clinicians have documented all their information in the LTC Care Conference Power Form. Here's an example of what it may look like. The person hosting the meeting will be responsible for updating the form in real time and completing the summary of conference section, essentially taking the minutes. Please note, physicians will not be required to document here. Physicians will continue to document the care conference by creating a provider note in Cerner. This is done by either clicking on the Add Documentation button under the menu bar, or navigate to the provider view. Here, either under the Admission tab or the Rounding tab, scroll down. Make sure Other Note is selected. Under the Rounding tab, please do not use the hyperlink Long-Term Care Family Conference note to create your document. Here's why. This template will not automatically pull in the information from the care conference power form completed during the meeting. Using the auto text here will also not work. Let's continue with creating the note. Please select Family Conference Note from the drop-down options. Next, you'll need to select a free text template. If you don't have a free text template favored, go to the search window. Type in free text and click on the star to favorite. Remove free text from the search window. Now click on the Favorites tab to find it there. Select it. Now you'll see free text note in the title. To delete this, move your cursor to the window and click the X. Then type in either admission or annual conference. Click OK. Hover your mouse at the top of your note until a gray bar appears. Start to type in this exact auto text abbreviation, LTC_care conference. This will populate the auto text. When you can see it, simply press the Enter key on your keyboard. The auto text will automatically pull in all the information from the most recent version of the LTC Care Conference Power Form. As the physician, you will document the names of family members who attended the meeting and their relationship to the resident. You will document your notes under the heading, Outcome of Conference. You'll note each entry by discipline is time-stamped with the date-time of the care conference. This is a requirement for documentation by allied colleges. You'll also note that if information is missing from the power form, it will appear as no qualifying data available. This can be removed before finalizing your note. A reminder that you can change the title of your note if you forgot to remove free text in the title when you first created it. You can also copy the note to others manually, since the Family Care Conference note type does not distribute to Accelerus or CareConnect. This is how your note will appear in the Residence Power chart under Documentation. Key reminders. When creating your Care Conference note, if you choose to write your note during the meeting, assure the host has modified and signed the final version of Power Form prior to inserting the auto text. The auto text will pull in information from the most recent LTC Care Conference Power Form. As the provider, please complete the family member and outcome of conference sections. If you have any questions or need support on Cerner, please do not hesitate to reach out.